All right, well, today is December the 8th, 2020, and right now at 11:15 p.m., we have a temperature of 55 degrees here in the foothills of Los Angeles. The relative humidity is a very low 23%, and the dew point is 18 degrees. We have a barometric pressure of 29, or actually, let's make that 30 inches even. That's risen just a tick. It was about 29.95 earlier today, and now we're at about 30 inches. Another barometer is reading 29.97. All right, so we've had very, very low relative humidity conditions the last 2.5 days. What we're seeing here in this water vapor map is a surface to upper level low pressure system. This is a closed low this morning at the surface level, at the 500 millibar level, and at the 300 millibar level. If we go ahead and take a look at these pressure maps real quick, we can see that right here, this was a closed low this morning at the sea level, and that's what this map is. We're looking at the sea level map here. And at the 500, we see it's still a closed low right there. And at the 300, we still have a closed low. All right, so now one of the things that a closed low pressure system like this should be delivering precipitation. We can see all that moisture right over California, Southern California. Now, yesterday and today, it was very overcast in the morning, and it seemed like it might rain. The pressure was down yesterday morning. Around, I think it was around 29.89 inches on the barometer. But here, looking at the water vapor map, we can see what happens during this 200 frame loop. We see that the vortex here is isolated. We have high pressure installed, not only on this side, which generated a lot of wind. We had a lot of manufactured Santa Ana winds. They call these winds Santa Ana winds, but they're nothing more than the weather controllers disrupting the atmospheric lift in this weather system and preventing rain. So not only did we have the specially equipped jets up spraying the skies with the chemtrail aerosols, but we have this high pressure mysteriously being installed. Satellite transmitters up in space beam this microwave or laser energy right into this weather system. And here we see that the jet stream is actually being blockaded. We have that black stripe right there is a blockade to prevent any moisture from feeding into that low pressure vortex. And as I've explained many times, higher pressure will always flow to lower pressure unless we see a nefarious activity like this, where the vortex is being completely blockaded and squashed from the upper atmosphere. We have these, this is heat, which is evaporating the moisture in the atmosphere, and that's generating high pressure. And so we're seeing very little condensation develop around this vortex. And if we look at the Doppler, right here, we see there's this zero precipitation currently. Now, yesterday there was just little spots of rain around California and Arizona and in Nevada. Now, looking at this is the long wave infrared map. We see this low pressure system right here. This actually moved down from the north right over Southern California. We can see that progression. This was yesterday. We should have had rain all day yesterday and today from this system. So the terrorists controlling our weather have prevented yet another opportunity for rain. We've had zero rain really this season, except for on November 7th and 8th, we had 8/100ths of an inch, which is really nothing to speak of, but that's all we have recorded for this season, which I start recording on July 1st, and the season ends on June 30th. That's how I've been keeping track of it. But once again, another opportunity for rain right here has been prevented by the terrorists controlling our weather. And we can see that high pressure building out right here And we had fairly strong winds yesterday all day, and starting the night before, the day before yesterday. So it started in the evening the day before yesterday and continued all day yesterday. And this morning we had a little bit of leftover wind, but that was all engineered to prevent this weather system from generating any precipitation, any measurable and substantial precipitation for California. So there's a lot of things going on. Joe Biden will not be president. That's not going to happen. Now, I'd like to mention a couple of websites for people if they want to catch up. We know that the fake news is really not reporting what's going on. And so there is two sites that I wanted to tell the audience about, and that is, one is the gatewaypundit.com, and then the second one is called populist.press. Populist.press. And that site is quite interesting. It looks just like the Drudge Report, and they've actually taken over for the Drudge Report because, as you know, Drudge has just turned into a, it's just like reading CNN or Yahoo or AOL.com or any of those other fake news conglomerates. So the populist.press is a great site. It looks like Drudge. They've modeled it after the Drudge Report. And anyway, check that out. And also the Gateway Pundit is a great site. If you need to catch up on what's really going on with the voter fraud and what's going on with the the filings with the Supreme Court and all that, you can catch up real quick on those two sites. And they have a lot of video. And so, yeah, check those out. All right, so we've been away for a while, out of state for a time, and just taking care of business. And but we've been keeping an eye on the satellites every day, and we've got no rain still in the 10-day. There's no rain, and so we have these terrorists controlling our weather. We have fake news puppets on TV that are not reporting any of this. And here we are with 24% humidity with this right overhead. Now, yesterday we had 14% relative humidity with these conditions right here. We have a weather system right over Southern California, and it's not generating any measurable precipitation. And that's for two reasons. We've got high pressure installed on top of this, or rather adjacent to this system, which is affecting the condensation around that vortex. We can see a right angle right there, by the way. If we back this up, we can see right here. See that right angle cutout? Right there. So there it is. So when we have high pressure installed on the west side of a counterclockwise spinning low pressure system, that will generate wind. You get you have clockwise high pressure adjacent to a counterclockwise spinning low, and that generates a pressure differential, which forces the wind to the south. So once again, we see that high pressure going in this big dark area, right? I want to get the contrast fixed here so you can see it a little bit better. But yeah, we should have gotten probably 4 to 5 inches of rain over the 2 days from this surface to upper level closed low pressure weather system. Now, looking at the East Coast, we see the jet stream is flowing up into Canada and back down into Michigan and Ohio. And if we look at the Doppler map, there's not a whole lot going on there either. There's some snow falling in the Michigan area. This map will load up. You see here over Michigan and parts of New York and up in Canada. There is some snow showers, some rain near Buffalo, where this weather is dropping back down. Let's go back and take another look. Well, if we go down, there's nothing happening along the entire eastern seaboard. We can see that. Nothing, no weather. And nothing out on the west coast. Now up here in Washington, we can see up here in Seattle that Doppler, that WSR88D on Camano Island is breaking up the precipitation. We can see those pie-shaped cutouts right here from that Camano Island transmitter, which I believe is right around this area. And of course, that transmitter call sign is, you can look these up on Google Earth because they give you the GPS coordinates for that. Let me see if we can find that here real quick. Okay, that might be KATX, the Seattle-Tacoma transmitter, KATX. We've also got one over in Spokane, which is on the eastern side of Washington. That is KOTX. Anyhow, yeah, you can find all the WSR88D transmitters, the call signs and their locations easily on the internet. I think that on Wikipedia they have a listing. That's where I got mine. All right, so we can see those pie-shaped cutouts. They're manipulating the amount of snow and rain that will fall in this area. And this is all not being reported by the fake news, so there's a reason for that. There are weather gambling operations going on. It's all very, very corrupt. We're living really in a sort of a banana republic, and hopefully that will change. There's a war within the intelligence communities, the CIA. There was actually a gunfight over in Germany here about 2 weeks ago, where the White Hats went in and had to fight their way in and confiscate the Dominion servers that were operating out of Germany. And that's just the tip of the iceberg, folks. There's a lot of information going to be dropped pretty soon. One thing that's happening is we've got the states now, Louisiana and Texas, are suing all these swing states, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and a few other states for their part in defrauding not only the citizens of Texas and Louisiana, but all the other citizens around the country. But these lawsuits by the Texans are in defense of their own state. And it's interesting because a lot of other states now are jumping on the bandwagon. And so this election is far from over. And we're going to see it all play out. And in the end, Donald J. Trump, President Trump, will remain president for the next 4 years. That's what's going to happen. All right, so there it is. Another great opportunity right here for rain. A closed low at the surface this morning, and all the way up to the upper level. We had a closed surface, mid, and upper level low, and zero rain. And downtown LA did get a little bit, or just a tiny amount. I don't even know if it was measurable, because I don't watch mainstream news anymore. It's so sickening to watch that we can't even stomach watching it. It's just news for morons. Okay, so there it is. We'll try to get another update here real soon. And I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving holiday. And the last thing I want to say is that we need to just flat out defy these unconstitutional orders from Newsom, the governor, the communist governor of California, and this little runt downtown whose name is Garcetti. He's the son of Gil Garcetti. And that's the only reason this guy is a mayor, because his dad happened to be the district attorney. So Garcetti downtown is now decided that restaurants need to close down again, and businesses are shutting down. This is outrageous. And